Live at TFNN, the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien and Darrell Martin.
Welcome, folks. Dow Industrials right now are down 270. You get the Nasdaq off 73. S&Ps are off 26. And, folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform, great day to start, okay? We have high volatility. You get option expiration day. You get currencies moving, bonds moving, markets moving. The way you do that, you come over to our website at TFNN.com. You can see the banner on the top, on the side. You can bring the exchange up. They'll put $25,000 worth of paper money into it, and we'll walk you through how you trade these contracts. We got our man, Mr. Darrell Martin, with us, growling and prowling. And don't forget, Darrell has an outstanding show every Tuesday, Thursday, 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. Now, Darrell also has an analyzer. It is a great tool to use, folks, when you're trading the Nadex platform. Bottom line is that it not only will give you help in hand picking out the right contract, not if you're going, I'm not saying whether it's bullish or bearish. I'm saying once you establish your strategy, there's so many different contracts. This can look at it and give you the higher probability contract. And then, of course, we're dealing with deviation levels. And deviation levels, I'm sure, as we're talking with him right now, get hit. And I'm sure he had a little field day because we know that Darrell absolutely likes to trade on the Germany and the DAX. And the bottom line is that the DAX
has been leading the way, man.
The DAX is leading the way, no doubt, man. And, you know, it was pretty wild here, folks, is as the DAX, you know, basically was screaming on the way up. I mean, screaming, too, in an incredible way. And, you know, it screams until it doesn't scream. And, you know, as everyone's trying to get out the door, the expansion of volume is pretty amazing, okay? DAX yesterday did 97 million. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot. Bottom line is that that the DAX doesn't trade like our markets trade. But bottom line is that they put some destruction on this thing. And in 2 trading days, okay, it brought it back to March 15th, and that's not over yet. So, going to be pretty wild. It's a wild day, no doubt. And, you know, as we'll... Go ahead.
Yeah, just to highlight, I mean, a month of freaking gains, like just in 2 days.
Yeah. Oh, I know, out. Man. It's seriously, they're pretty intense. No,
you know, and I know people talked about, oh man, you know, this has been, you know, it's really been, you know, bad, you know, volatility, but I mean, like DAX has been fantastic. You know, the last couple of days on indices.
No, it has, because it's just been steady climb up, folks. That's how this whole thing is shooken out inside the DAX. Inside our own markets out here, you know, this S&P move, it seems like they come out of nowhere, but they don't, folks, okay? In fact, right now, watch this. We're going to take a next leg down the S&P. You think you're down a lot, 28 right now? Watch this. I got to put this up for you. So pull this over. Give me this up for a second. This is pretty intense. This is early in the morning, folks, for these legs down. And right now, if I put this up intraday, what you're going to see is this. You broke the 2080 number. When we broke that with vicious volume this morning, okay? 2 separate sells. And this thing is getting ready for steam right now. Now, 75, so check this out. You can actually go down 75, that's 29, that's 75, that's 50. That's saying right now, so check this out, this would be intense. That's saying that we can go down to 2050 today. That's today. And we're already down 26. And where I'm coming from, where I'm getting at, folks, is this. When you break this little consolidation that we were in here the last 3 days, when you break something like this, and we broke it with conviction, it's not a big call to say, okay, you know, everyone's going to try to get out the gate the exact same time. Oh, interesting. And it's, yeah, well, actually, the next swing low anyway is 68. So 68 is definitely game. Let me just see this for a second. We haven't had a down day in so long. What's going to get intriguing here, too, folks, is that it's not only going to just be a down day, the volume is exploding out of this on the way down, you know, so.
Well, that's a, you know, big lesson, too. Like you go through 1 or 2 of those chop days. I mean, I was working with some traders yesterday, and they're like, man, it's been really choppy, and talked about some ways to help, you know, using like broad market index and things like that to help out.
Yes.
But, you know, the reality is, I mean, you got this grinding out the markets. You got to just trade through it. And then, because if you don't, what happens is you stop. You're like, I'm just going to take a day off.
Yeah.
And then that's when today happens.
Isn't that wicked? I know, man. That's what you just heard there, folks. That's so important to understand, because there's no doubt that. Oh, sorry, folks. Let me get my charts in the den. Sorry about that. How did I do this? Okay. There we go. Okay, now we get everything in there for you. Sorry. When you're in the market's job can wear you down. That's the real bottom line. And I know, I want to congratulate our man Z inside the den, because I know I watched him. It's interesting, Darrell. When you talk the Nadex platform, folks, okay, you can trade they come down to 5 minutes, 20 minutes, hourlies, and then they have weeklies. And I saw one of our tigers in the den, a couple days ago, putting on the weeklies. And, what ended up happening, folks, and this is what happens, okay? So it's important to understand that when you're trading the Nadex platform itself, is that you're trading an option market, okay? So it's like, okay, what's the premium? That's all, it's not that all that matters, but it certainly matters. Well, because we were going sideways when he put that trade on, bottom line, there wasn't big premium on a weekly, okay? And it was the first thing I thought of, and, we get a couple other targets that traded quite a bit in there. But when I woke up this morning, Darrell, right, he was the first thing. I looked at the futures, and I says, Z's going to make some money, man. And it's smart, because he's taking the money right now. He just took half of it, folks. In this market, and not just, I'm not talking about in this market, meaning the S&Ps are second. What I'm talking about in the Nadex market, period, you want to be taking money all the time, because, bottom line is you can take it back just as quick,
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
That's that importance of risk management, because not scaling up too quickly, not scaling down too quickly. It's just that balance with your position size and everything else.
Right. And yesterday, I know when you were on the program, you were making some lunch money live on the air, and it's important there, folks. Okay, that you don't. What happens with these contracts, once you really start understanding these contracts, you can get in the aspect of whether it's right before the expiration, if you're going into a swing point, if you think there's going to be a turn right about there. But those setups are there. It's not like they're there every second of the day, but they're definitely there. And you know what I've always thought of, Darrell, right? And this is always tough, folks. And what it is this. Is that you look at like some of these numbers that you're trading, meaning if you're going long or going short. Let's just say that the S&P right now is at 2075. I think many times that like, oh, okay, man. So I'm so close that if it closes under that, okay, you're gonna hit the money. If it closes over it, you're not. And I'm talking like on a binary now. And then I'm saying to myself, man, is there a market maker on the other side that's going to hit me with 20 contracts, right? Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly, right.
And put it under and over. And realistically, folks, you don't know, but the reality is that that's not the way it goes, because there's not enough contracts really inside the Nadex at this point that would make it worth, I think, someone's while. I mean, you know what I mean? Because in order to move the S&P contract around itself within a minute, 2 minutes, you're going to have to throw a couple hundred contracts at it. So.
Exactly. So I mean, and one other thing I noticed, they do scale up. You're starting to see other market makers come in and offer size too. Have you noticed that?
Yes. Oh, there's no doubt. You can see there's some competition. It's there. There's that, and what does happen, folks, is that it'll just keep getting more liquid. That's the reality. And if you trade futures. The bottom line, folks, is that you want to try this out. If you trade inside the Forex market, okay, you definitely not only want to try it out. I wouldn't even think of going back to a Forex once you're trading this in the Forex market, because what happens in the Forex market is that it's wipe out city in about 2 seconds, where you've heard the ad many times. We were talking about defined risk. So if you just take a look at the euro this morning, this move this morning was a trip, just in general. I mean. At 08:30 when the CPI came out, the euro goes from 108 to 107.75. That's insane. It doesn't seem like a lot, but inside the Forex currencies, it's a fortune, man. So,
and let's see. So let's see what kind of setup we got. What do we got left here?
Well, what happens?
It's hard after you got the big move, right?
No, that's right. What happens here, folks? When you get so two different things end up happening. When you get a move this large, you're waiting. I'd be waiting for a bounce right now. I mean, we're shot. I'm shot anyway. So, that's great. But to trade this contract right now, you have to get a bounce. So I suspect that this move already, like on the S&Ps, it's already hit a deviation point, right?
Right.
Has it?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So.
Yeah, and then some. Yeah.
Yeah, and then some. And so what happens here is this, folks. Just as I stated a little bit ago, that this actually looks to me like it's not going to bounce, but just because that's what it looks like, it still doesn't make a lot of sense to lay a trade on here. Where the trade would be laid on would be 0.84, and we're at 7.5. So if you get a bounce like that with light volume, oh baby, it would be beautiful. There's no doubt about it. And what you could do, as Jay's saying in the den, you can play the other side of it. You can say, okay, man, let's see, basically turn around and play the long side of it for the bounce.
You can get some cheap longs doing that too, man.
Exactly. You stay right there, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Dow Industrials are down 261. You get the Nasdaq off 71. S&Ps are off 26. We're going to be right back.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
You know what's cool? taking something that's good for you, something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow's off 251, Nasdaq down 72, S&Ps are off 25. And, you know, folks, it seems like there's some big numbers there, but bottom line is that is only 1.1% down in the S&P. And Europe is down 2 to 2.15, okay? So bottom line is that this little market is just getting going. We're taking a look, and so I got your screen up, Darrell, and we're looking at, I believe we're looking at the S&P 500, right? Do I got him, Darrell?
Yeah, I mean, I'm right here.
Sorry, man. Okay. So we're looking at the S&P 500 on your scanner, right?
Uh-huh.
And let's see, contracts. So these are the 415s.
Correct.
Let's see. These are spreads, right? Are they spreads I'm looking at? They're spreads.
They're spreads, yep.
Okay, it's a beautiful thing. Okay, so let's take a look here. So 20724. Sell. When I'm looking, walk me through the chart that I'm looking at right there.
All right, the chart. This is a profit. This is loss, and this is the market goes up or down.
Yes.
Right now, we're looking at if we're looking at sells, a further sell off. Okay.
Yep. Right.
All end of day. I mean, just being Friday,
which is nice. Exactly.
Molasses.
Right.
And then it says proximity to everyone that's ticks. Understand this is S&P, and on Nadex that's a tick of 0.1.
Yes.
Okay. Inflation or premium is pretty inflated right now, as you can imagine.
Right.
Like usually don't ever see it this high.
Right.
But with the kind of moves we're having today, it's a lot higher. And you actually look at this, you're actually able to go in and you're able to sell at 2072.8. There are a couple others that you can actually sell with a positive number, which means you're actually selling above the market. The problem is it's going to move pretty slow because when you're in that bottom 30%, and this is probably one of the most important things about spreads.
Yes.
Optionality.
Right.
Okay, that's where basically, you know, your theta, your gamma, your delta, all that stuff really starts kicking in.
Yes.
Okay. When you get in that bottom or top 30% of a spread,
right,
then optionality takes over more.
Right.
And so basically, we won't move like on a delta closer to a 1-to-1.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
So usually you want as much room for profit as you can get on the trade. And so this one gives us a little bit more room for profit, which means a little less, a little more delta in our trade.
Yeah.
If we choose it, but it's got to move down quite a bit. So it's pretty tough. I mean, it's just whenever I'm looking at them like that, I'm like, now I may back out and I go, well, what if I don't, say 120? You got to figure out sort of what's your expiration time that you're looking for. With that, there's really only, one more that even comes in and this one isn't bad, but I mean, still only $38 profit.
No.
So, I mean, that clearly was the best contract available right now on the day. And it's ran through all the strikes. That's why you're seeing what you're seeing.
Exactly.
So, now, every hour on the top of the hour, like here, half an hour, we're going to get a whole another set of strikes, 2-hour strikes.
That's right. And what also happens is this. So watch this, folks. And we brought this up before. So you come out of the gate. We come out of the gate going down $250 in the market, right? $27 in the S&Ps. What that does immediately is it explodes the premiums. So when you explode the premiums, bottom line, if you're in, that's great. Take the bread. See you later. See you don't want to be here because you got two different things here. You got the bread, number one. The premium that was in there, depending what contract you have, you might get some of that. Now, to put new positions on, it's a waiting game. Because if the market just stays here, like, another hour, those premiums will calm down. That's what we've seen. We've been trading this enough to understand they do calm down, okay? This won't go all day long. If this thing, because what ends up happening, then the market makers get a little more confident that, okay, this first move is out of the way. We're not going to get another dive all the way down. Because, see, when a market moves this quick, folks, okay, they want to be as close to delta neutral as they can get.
That's part of why they inflate the premiums, because they have to. They're not trying, like people go, oh, they're trying to screw me. It's like, no, I mean, you need to think like a market maker.
Right.
I mean, that's one thing I sort of challenge people to do, like step back and think like one.
Right.
When there's that kind of volatility, when that kind of stuff's happening, you're not trying to host people. They didn't raise their bid offer spreads, which is amazing. Right. Okay.
Right.
I mean, the bid offer spreads are 0.5, which is, I mean, that's 2 ticks instead of 1 tick, and it's on an option. That's not bad at all.
That's right.
The premium went up because the IV went up.
Yes.
And that goes up in order to protect the other side of the trader. And if you're upset about it, just like, you saw in the dead, do the opposite.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And go collect that stuff, I mean, we got over here, we got a positive 22.
Yeah.
Do you understand if the market stays flat, we make 22 ticks on that short trade?
No, I know. It's intense. There's no doubt. And that's 90 minutes. That's not bad, man. That's a
premium collection trade. We're at the bottom of the thing right now.
No, exactly. You stay right there, folks. Darrell, Tom, we're going to be coming right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to make the best and most accurate decisions. Choose from 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. John Logan hosted a special subscriber-only webinar in December, and you'll gain access to that archive as well, so you can learn exactly what the TAS Profile Scanner can do for you. Try this product out. No matter what you trade, the TAS Profile Scanner can help you make more informed trading decisions. There's no obligation to pay anything. Don't let this offer pass you by. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com. TFNN.com now.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling a problem with us out here. And you know, when you're over here, folks, okay, and I'm not encouraging this right now, but what you do have is that you have these 20-minute binaries, and these get really interesting on a dead cat bounce, because what we just had is this. So picture a little buy-in on the Dow. The S&Ps haven't moved yet. You're at 77.75. And before we're on, you know, these things pop quick, because the 78.35 was actually $21, and now it's 42 that quick.
Oh, man, last night I was trying to put them on. I couldn't get half my trades on fast enough. I had stuff. Like, I was going in. It was like 15, 20, 70. I was like, ah. So
Yeah.
I got a few of them on, which is pretty sweet. But
It is.
you know, just sit back and wait and get the right ones.
So, and what happens there, folks, if you trade those, what you want to do ASAP, when you put it on, you got to put the order into sell immediately, particularly something like this. Because, so what the contract I was talking about, right when we were going to break, that contract was $21. When we were at break, it was $25. So, you know, if it's 25, you know, maximum loss, 75 is the win, okay? Because this is a yes or no deal. When we just started talking again, it was $41. Now guess what? It's $23 again. And that's predicated. Wow. Exactly. I don't own this, okay, folks? Okay, you know, because I just want you to understand.
You own it. Make it your own.
No, I want you to understand that. But that, you know, watch me just shake this out. We take a look at this, and
for you there.
we put. So you got. Let's see. There's 4 minutes left in this contract. And this is interesting. So it hit 25 again. But if that got into, now it's 31. Oh my God, what a trip. This it's going to be, you know, this can hit 79.50 in a minute. That's what it really comes down to, you know. So it'd be really wild, man.
Take your profit. Take your profit.
No, there's no doubt, because that's jumping around right now on $10 increments. My God.
And I'm you know, sort of hoping it'll drop, because if it drops here and we get a nice little down move around 2072.50, I'll be looking to go short again.
Yeah, no doubt. And what you have, this is so cool, because what you have as we're doing this, someone is just lined up on both sides, and that's really smart what they're doing, because what you have is this: someone is lined up at a 15 on one side, 27.75 on the other, and a 10.75. What they're looking for one quick down, because whoever's doing this has traded them before. Quick down because of minutes, okay? And they're saying, okay, I'll take that risk for 2 or 3 minutes, but I want that risk at a lot lower price.
That's usually what I'm doing at night when I'm trading them.
Yeah.
Like at 3, like I was up last night and I was playing with, you know, the DAX, and I was like, I'll throw on some of these, because, you know, Euro was moving back and forth, obviously.
Right.
And I'll go in, and it was just bouncing up and down. I mean, we had like this massive thunder down move, then a big up move.
Yes.
So that's like 1 or 2 a.m. that was happening. And then it started oscillating, and so I just hopped in on the 5-minute binaries, and I go in, okay, I'll sell this one for, you know, 20, and sell this one for 80, and I'll buy the one above it for 20, and I just put my orders in.
Okay.
and then it just boom, 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 hits both sides. I end up with a strangle on, and I mean, it's a 3-pip wide strangle.
Nice.
You know?
That's amazing.
And, yeah, so I mean, it's sort of a cool, simple way to play them.
And so look at this one, and you got to understand this. What is it? It must be a minute left. Well, actually, there's 2 minutes left, and it just went 375 to 1275, and so we're that far away from it. Let me see. Yeah, it's 7-7-25. Absolutely wild, man.
It's going. You said it. So now, like, I mean, on these, I mean, usually get that 20, like. You get that $15 to $30 profit. Depends on how much your risk is and what you're going for.
Right.
But even when I have a higher risk, I'm usually not going for like more than 30 or 35. Like that's sort of usually my cap. On
Yeah.
all these trades, because I mean they can move so fast, and what happens is you're staring at it and you're like, "Ooh, I'm up $45." Should I take it? And then all of a sudden it's like, "Oh, I'm up 15."
No,
Should
it's
I
gone in
take
that
it?
second.
Oh,
No,
I'm down 20.
there's no doubt. There's no doubt. The reality, folks, is that trade the longer ones. That's the reality. When one of the Tigers.
I love them. I just it's you got to take your profit.
Well,
And
you got to take your profit, and you got to
You got to
understand.
put it in right away. You cannot wait to put it in.
And you're going to understand also, folks, that if you trade them, make sure that you know that you're going to not have a life that day that you're trading them.
Oh man, the 5 minutes are addictive.
They are.
Like, 20 minutes are addictive, but 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I literally, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've sat down and go, okay, I'm going to trade for about the next 10 or 15 minutes.
Right.
And I look up and like 3 or 4 hours have passed.
There's no doubt.
I mean, it's just. I mean,
that's what happens.
I hate to say it, man. It's like sitting at a table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it absolutely is, man.
Yeah.
What I've done a few times. The cool thing, folks, is this: if you can concentrate, for 4 or 5 hours at a time, and you understand, okay, I'm going to sit down and do it, then it's great. What you don't want to be doing is having to do something else in between that. It makes no sense. You can trade the longer-term contracts, couple-hour contracts like that in a heartbeat, but you're not going to be trading those 20-minute ones and do something else. You shouldn't. Let's put it that way. You shouldn't, okay? Because inside of that, you want to be, well, you got to be cognizant of how fast the markets are moving. And in a day like today, they're basically set up, and they're set up really nice. See, it's really early in the morning right now. To have a swing down like that, and what we do have, it looks like, even if I look at the next 20-minute one coming off. See, this is going to get interesting. See, the next 21-minute one coming off is going to be, and we'll get our heads wrapped around that. I suspect this thing wants to bounce. Let's see. It looks like it's going to have a nice little bounce. It would make sense too. So we got.
We're down at 1.5. We're on the 1.5 deviation level right now.
Yeah. So
we're at an oscillation zone right here. Either we're bouncing or we're flying on down to 2.
She can bounce to 282 in a second. 2082. The real question is that would it make it through it? So you got 2081 to 82 is game. It absolutely is game, man. The other 20s just come in. Let me.
Yeah, they pop up alive for you.
They do.
So it's nice.
They pop right up. 18 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Yeah, it's popping up. We're getting some positive tick volume going on. We got dollar index popping on up.
08. So
dollars bringing it up amazingly. And we got all the other currencies, all the dollar currencies, all of them are going down. Gold's going down.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at tick volume.
No, absolutely, man. And so. You're at 7825, so 7825, 78. Yes, that's pretty good. This is interesting.
I'd be going 83.5. Yeah, that'd be right to the 1 dev level. So you should expect some oscillation before that. That's going to be a resistance zone. So you want to get as early as you can before that. Right. I'd be looking at 81.2 is the one I'd be looking at.
That's what I got. That's so funny. That's what I just pulled up. And check this out. That's only
cheaper. It's cheaper and it's closer.
It's 1875, folks. That's what it costs you. 1875.
But do you see that? Look at this. Look at this on the scanner. It's cheaper and it's closer.
Now it's 1675. This is interesting, man. So 81. So let's see, 81.
That's why you use a scanner. Maybe throwing money away, buying a further away strike, not even knowing you're doing it. Look at that.
Isn't that wild? Yeah, that's the number, man. So. That's 17 minutes and 14 seconds. That's going to be a good number, man. And the 81, folks, is not. What does hey, let me ask you this. This is what does happen. You know, I know sometimes these extra 0.25s make a difference. Do you know what I'm saying? Actually, no, the 2.5s don't. I see sometimes they're 3.5s, and the 3.5s make a difference because, of course, the S&P ticks in quarters. You know what I mean?
Well, all the binaries tick in quarters, but you may have like 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.35,
yeah,
stuff like
right.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because they can't have strikes overlap on the same expiration.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, no, it does. I guess.
So they have to basically put an offset in there.
Okay.
But what I love is the example, just, you know, this right here. I mean, one tick is between winning and losing.
Right.
Right? And I guess maybe they heard my show because they finally fixed their pricing.
Yeah.
But it literally was more expensive to buy the further away binary contract.
Right. Right.
So.
And that's why I want to use that scanner, folks. I know. Listen, man, it's you know, that's we know that, hey, that happens. That happens in markets. I mean, that's
we talk about that all the time. Yeah, it does. So we've seen it, I don't know how many times just on this show.
Right.
So you go in there and it's like, wait a minute, what do you mean that was more expensive? And it's further away. I mean, right now it's a quarter difference.
Yep.
Now, I mean, there's not much there. I mean, there's only a 0.05 difference. But these things, when they settle, they're going to settle out to 0.001.
Okay.
So, like 1 decimal place past
Right.
the indicative tick size. So there it is. It's, you know, like it's just more expensive for a second again. But 1 decimal place past the tick size. So that little, you know, 0.05 is a massive number, because if it settles at, you know, 2081 point, let's say you bought it.
Yes.
0.21, you know, 0.23, even 2.5.
Yes.
Okay. Then this one loses on the right there.
Right.
The 2081.25 loses, and the 2081.2 is profitable. So, because, you know, it has to expire above the strike when you buy.
No, exactly. Wow.
So, and you may have paid more for it in the process. So, unfortunately, that bid offer spread makes it where you can't just grab one and sell the other, you know. But
yeah, no, for sure. And you know, it's good. You know, what's going to be interesting, Darrell, is that you know, if you haven't seen this, folks, what happened last night is that the China market, you know, basically was flat last night, but I guess after the market, there was a couple announcements, and those stocks out in our markets are getting absolutely smoked this morning. You know, you have the FXI is down 250 at 49. So it looks like that China market is going to open up up pretty bad on Sunday night. The FXI closed at 52.56 and opened this morning down at 49.62. And between the FXI and between the DAX and Germany, that DAX in Germany, folks, is showing that it's forced on the way down. You know, that is a heads up that I suspect what we're going to do is that we're going to get a follow through of our markets, not only today, but more than likely on Monday, because our markets right now, you know, are not down a lot. That's not percentage-wise. You know, the DAX is down 2%, full 2%, and our S&Ps are still only down 1.1. 1.1 is nothing. I mean, give me a break. You know.
Exactly. So there's plenty of room there. I mean, the one thing to always consider on Friday, of course, is it's Friday, right?
Yes. Oh yeah.
So that can make it, you know, wonderful, but also a lot of times can make it chill out in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's why I always look at those devs there, especially on Fridays, you know, because I'm like, man, the things, unless we get that big push, you know, you say, like, that's why you wait for those, you know, nice pullbacks.
Yes.
Get those good setups. But got to get that big push. We get that big push, then the thing can take off.
Yeah.
So.
Because what they will try to do, there's no doubt, you know, we'll see whether this thing gets calmed down, but it doesn't look to me at this particular point that it's going to. And the reason I'm saying that, folks, is that your SPY itself, it's very subtle. The SPY's already done 48 million shares. That's after trying to get into a high yesterday of 68 million. You know, that is saying that, guess what? People are buying the dip, but the markets, the larger operators are still giving to them. We've already done as much volume in the queues as we did yesterday. So that's saying the same thing, that, you know, people are buying the dips, but guess what? Large operators are selling right into them in a huge way. It's insane that we've already done 16 million shares in 1 hour and 17 minutes inside the queues when you have 6 6.5 hours in the trading day, folks, okay? That is a big number. And what that number indicates is that, you can't blame people. Every single dip that they've been buying, they've been basically rewarded of it. Well, guess what? That works until it doesn't work. And I suspect...
Well, that works on those choppy days, but, man, when things start trending...
Yeah.
It gets painful.
No doubt. And this bounce isn't, it's taking a long time for this thing to get any juice whatsoever. If this, what the cool thing is that let me just see this for a second. So she's going into, you have to have something to basically benchmark it off. Now, so watch this. This is really crazy.
They're still more expensive above it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Now, if 7-8, if we, this is going to be wild, folks. In the next minute, we're going to know this. It's actually 2 minutes, and the S&P right now is at 77.50. If this thing cannot hold 7-8 in another 2 minutes, what that's saying is that, guess what? We're going to go after the lows. That's crazy because we've only bounced from 7.2 to 7.8. But that's how weak this is showing because this is on a 10-minute. Now, what we've done, the binaries we're talking about are on 20-minute. They expire at 11 o'clock. The 10-minute that I trade off of, this should have been able to hold the 7.8 mark. And right now, I know it's 7.50. But what the correlation is that inside the future market, let me put this up. I got it on the screen so you can see what I'm looking at right here. Oh, there it is right there. Is that you've only done 34,000 contracts, and you're coming into 77,000. So yeah, it's nothing, man. This thing's going to go after the lows. Hold on, baby. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. You stay right there. We're coming right back, folks. Dow's down 246. Nasdaq's off 68. S&P's are off 24. We're coming right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. We got our man, Mr. John Logan, checking in all the way from Asia. That's a beautiful thing. And don't forget, folks, John kicks us off at TFNN every trading day, 8 o'clock in the morning. John Logan, what's going on?
Hey, God, how are you guys doing today? Hey, Darrell, how are you?
Hey, man, I'm doing fantastic. How's it going?
Good. It's getting a little late here.
I guess so. So it's is it midnight or 11 p.m.? What time is it?
Let's see, right now it's right at 11 p.m.
11,
but
so
I can't go to sleep because I'm listening to you guys getting excited about this market coming in.
Oh man!
So,
listen,
yeah, I just closed some of my shorts. I went in and strangled the thing I was talking to you about, Tommy. Went in short on the 2074 25s and just grabbed off a couple $100 on that one.
That's a beautiful thing.
So yeah, going for some more. We'll see what happens. But now my risk is covered. So.
And, you know, John, this thing, it's interesting. I was looking at the China market, and, you know, I mean, that thing was flat, but all the China ETFs in the U.S. are down like big, man. So you can
really, you know, this thing kind of like did another moonshot.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like 42.87. I mean, that's
right.
You know, Joey was on the show. I mean, for the guys who are listening out there, I mean, we talked about, you know, how do you know, it was consolidating above that latest daily profile, and he was saying, look, if this thing doesn't pull back, unfortunately, you have to chase it because these Asian markets, just when they get going, they get going. And then you kind of got to use the shorter term boxes or inflection points to try to find the dip way up there. He said, but man, he said, don't stand in the way of this thing. He said, man, it could easily go to 6,000.
Yeah.
And that was I was like, really? But now I'm starting to think, yeah, well, not in a straight line, but it's amazing what's, you know, it's a little bit different ball game over here. I mean, the Hang Seng, you know, pulled back into support. I think I showed that on the show this morning.
Yes.
And you know, you just don't really start looking at these things like they've gone too high. I think I need to step in and try to start nibbling on the short side until there's some confirming factors, and there's like zero confirming factors right now.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens Sunday night. That's my point, because they're killing these things in the U.S. right now. You know.
Logan, on your tool, do y'all have the China A50 index? I know it's one that Nadex just added, so just curious.
No, we've got the.
I know you have the ETFs and all that, so I was just curious about the. Yeah. I mean, they're not heavily traded here. I haven't even like pulled up a chart on them yet, but I mean, like, you know, we got the Nikkei obviously, and then we got the Zenhao China 50.
Yeah, we can add anything somebody really, you know, requests. We just haven't had requests for it yet, and we've got a lot of oddball things in there that people have requested. But you know, I think there's almost 3,000 instruments in there right now, and you know, a lot of them are just, you know, the Bovespa stuff and the, you know, the there's I think 180 stocks from the Shanghai in there right now, and we're getting ready to put another 200 to get the Shanghai 380 going. So
Nice.
That's
Nice.
intense.
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, the S&Ps, where are these things headed? What do you guys think? Because
They're still moving down, man. Like I want to say they're going up. That's where I was going, but then they started pushing back down during the commercial break, and I'm like, take a short and grab some of that. So
At 2075, I mean, I'm looking at this, John, saying, hey, 2050's game even today. We'll see how this shakes out in the next hour, but we're still we're really not down that much compared to
no.
Europe. You know what I mean? The S&Ps are only down 1% right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think 2068 is a foregone conclusion. That's kind of where a big number is.
Yeah,
but,
that is a big number, man.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man. Thanks for checking in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good to talk to you guys.
We look forward to the show Monday morning, 8 o'clock. And, of course, we look forward to Darrell Tuesday at 1 o'clock. And you stay right there because we're looking forward to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. He's going to be growling and prowling with you for the next hour. Darrell, thanks so much. Have a great weekend, safe weekend, man.
All right, you too, man. Thank
Stay
you.
right there,
Good
folks.
show.
Basil's coming right back.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.